Hi everybody, and I'd really like to wish you happy new year and hope you had a lovely Christmas. I would actually like to thank everyone who has subscribed and followed and sent lovely feedback in the few months that we've been doing this, and it really makes such a difference. We're growing slowly but nicely, and I hope that everything we bring to you, you get some kind of upliftment from, or comfort from, or empowerment, whatever it is. So thank you for everything you are doing by supporting this channel. Now we have been, well, left with the month of December and launched into the new month of January. And of course it's exciting. Now at the end of December we had the solar eclipse in Capricorn. And this has kind of left us with what I feel is a springboard into the new year. And we're thinking about making New Year's resolutions or how can we alter our situation around us emotionally or spiritually. I think it's given a good flavour and a good energy to help us to reflect on what needs changing, because it's brought in the opportunity to evaluate everything in our material world. What does that mean? That means that maybe we're not going to go for the bigger, faster, gas guzzling car that we really thought we'd like, but maybe drive something a little bit more economical. We are living in a time where now we have to be quite responsible for how we are with the environment. Kind of takes me back to thinking, as I'm talking to you, about the Native American Indians who lived on the reservations and the plains and only used what they needed to, survive and to grow and to live on the land. For us, it would mean something completely different. It might be that maybe we're going to walk to work instead of using the car. Maybe we are going to not sort of get involved in the high-end stuff and be more observant about what we're using, where it comes from, how it arrived at what it is, that kind of thing. So that gives us the chance to evaluate what we're doing in our lives on a daily basis. And it also brings in practical planning, especially with and combining it with our spiritual and moral ethics. So again, it's like how we move forward. What is it we're going to move forward into? Is it responsible to the planet? Is it responsible, and is it taking into consideration the way we help other people along the way? And I think we'll see a lot more of that this year. It's also about making the best of our situation. We would all like to change our situations. We would all like to be, I suppose, in a more comfortable situation. But where do we draw the line where enough is enough? Do we have plenty? Can we help somebody else? And also, it's giving us the chance to look at our past mistakes. What did we do wrong? Or what would we change if we had the opportunity arrive again? And so there's a lot of change there. And if we bring it back to ourselves, if we're looking for relationships, what mistakes did we make in a relationship, or what mistakes do we keep making? This is the time to evaluate that. Might be about work. Maybe you've made the same mistake about working for somebody you don't want to work for, and you find yourself in the same situation. Usually that's a sign that we need to change something, and change is something that we fear. But you know what? It takes us out of our comfort zone, and when we get through it, we actually feel so much better for it. So using that as a springboard, opportunities to evaluate everything in the material world, keeping it real and in perspective, making the best of your situation and being humbled and have gratitude in that, and looking at our past mistakes in order to look at how we can better improve ourselves, because all of this spiritual growing and learning is how we can make and feel better, and how we interact with other people on the planet. So anyway, that's the springboard it's given us, but we're going to look at you individually now through the star signs with the tarot cards. I've got a new deck of cards, and I'm really looking forward to having a look at what's in store for you in this month of January 2020. It's exciting, a new decade. So let's go for it. Hello Sagittarians, and here we are with your January 2020 insight for the month. I'm going to pick an angel card for you first off, then I'm going to throw some cards out and have a look and see what flavours are coming in for the month. There we go. And then one of my new cards, which I'll show you in a minute. Right, let's start with the angel cards. Here we have the signs. So what have you been asking you for, Sagittarius? Because the angels here are saying, we're going to give you signs that you can pick up. So this is about making yourself more aware. So if you're asking for something in your mind and somebody comes along and starts telling you, say, for example, in your mind, you're thinking about, I need a new vacuum cleaner and I don't know where to go. And then, in the next 48 hours, somebody comes up to you and says, oh yeah, we've been shopping, we've been looking at vacuum cleaners, we've got a great one, we got it at such and such price and such and such place. And it's like, I think there's the sign, okay, if you're unsure of what you're doing. So that's the kind of way they work, by either bringing people into your life to give you some kind of knowledge about what you've been thinking about, or just simply being aware of what's being shown to you, okay? So there are signs there if you're asking questions of which way do I go, how do I deal with this, watch for the signs coming back to you. It's very strong this month. So the angels are bringing in signs for, it could be about your direction. Where do I go in life? What am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? Sit back, ask the question, and wait for the signs to come to you. Right, okay, so let's take a look at the tarot this month. Ooh, interesting. First card out is all about karma. What is it you feel you've been left out of? What is it that you feel you've been eclipsed from? So there is something to do with the karma on a situation that you may be feeling. Why is it I never get to that big promotion? Why is it I don't get that perfect relationship? Why is it that things don't go right for me? What is it in your karma? So quite a deep question with this one. This one is about digging a little deeper, and it may be something that you need to go into in your subconscious to maybe, or your past lives. It could be that you're on the wrong track, and this is a way of them showing you that you maybe need to change direction, or maybe what you were holding out for is not what's meant to be. So in that respect, if something doesn't manifest that you've been wanting to manifest, it might not be the right time karmically for you to go into it, or it might be slightly the wrong pathway. So maybe having to think about things a little more carefully when something you want is not quite happening the way you want it. Interesting. Give you food for thought, that. And then we have, you're going to be busy running around here, there and everywhere, but this is the Knight of Swords. So a lot of mental activity, a lot of things going on, dealing with a lot of things. But there's also the overriding message with this is going back to doing something you've done before. So maybe you're going back to resit a driving test. Maybe you're going back to work in a place you've worked before. Could be an ex popping up from the past, and that's interesting in itself. So there is something coming back that you've been or visited before that's coming in front of you. Stability by the middle of January is what we've got. Putting down foundations, feeling stable, feeling very much at home. You could be invited to a wedding. You could be getting married yourself, making preparations for a wedding. But this is all about solid, firm foundations, stability, happier times, and balance around you. So it's a great card to have, especially when you've been rushing around mad, trying to get things done here. So stability, foundations, put the good foundations down so that you can build on things. We did talk about that ex coming back. This could be him, the fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Remember, it could be the moon in that, and also the rising sign. But he is a man of action, and I feel he's coming back to say something good. Everybody's sort of, oh, what they're coming back to do. They were a nightmare when they were around me then, but there is something good coming from this, because the reason why is the sun sign. There's a lot of fun and laughter and good times here. So I don't feel it's for anything bad. If you have been wondering whether an ex will get back in touch, I feel as if for some of you this may well be the case, and it will bring about happier times. It could be as well that you are just getting things done. There's a lot more, you're being a lot more proactive, building on what you've got. We've said about putting the foundations down. This is taking things further, really getting involved in things that you need to get involved in. So, good times. And then, of course, we have the sun sign. And the sun sign is all about happiness, fulfillment, the inner child coming out, the travel aspect here. You could be booking a holiday, but it's also about you feeling very happy inside, and that's so important. A playfulness about you, you know, being that big kid again. It's either way, whatever's been going on with you, everything comes together and there's a really good outcome. Some of you could be signing contracts here, which will go well, but all in all, a lovely card to finish on there. So things turning out for the best. Let's have a look at one of my new cards. And this says, because you are worth it. And we all know that saying, don't we? Very much worth. Your worth. What is your worth? Where do you place your worth? How do you value yourself? Sometimes we're our own worst enemy, aren't we? And that we don't value ourselves as much as we should. This reminds you, because you are worth it, things are being rewarded to you. So the universe is rewarding you for something here. But also believe that you are worth it. You are worth investing in yourself. You are worth treating yourself. Sometimes we forget, don't we, to put ourselves first. And here we should. So Sagittarians, believe in yourself. Know you are worth it. Every bit worth it. You're a divine soul. Believe in that. So I do hope you've enjoyed your reading for January. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like and share. You're really helping to make the channel grow, and I'm very grateful for that too. And each month you will get your monthly free reading to your phone. For any information, it's all in the drop down box below. I do one-to-one readings, and I also teach. There are also courses around as well that I'm doing. So in that box will be all the information you need. So take a look. So thank you for being with us. And until next time, have a wonderful and amazing January, because you are.